Now, Prime Minister Edi Rama, he won the recent election campaign for a fourth mandate on this promise: Albania will join the EU by 2030. We'll close all the chapters by 2027. Now, they've opened almost all of them. You know, they're planning on using AI to help with the lining with the acquis. They're very set on meeting this target, and it's been called ambitious by people from the Commission itself. Do you think it's feasible that Albania could join by 2030?
I feel it's feasible. And I see the political engagement of Prime Minister Rama for many years. And he's demonstrating it's possible to get re-elected with a clear, non-ambiguous position in favor of the EU membership, in favor of the EU accession. And Prime Minister Rama plays a very important role because he is one of those helping to build bridges, concrete and tangible bridges between the European Union and the Western Balkan countries. And that's why I hope and I'm confident that this country, Albania, will continue and will make additional progress, will get closer to the EU. And I hope that Albania will be one of the countries that can demonstrate that this is possible through reforms, through a clear political commitment, also through a clear explanation to the public opinion, to the citizens in Albania that a lot can be achieved.
So people often ask me, do you think Albania is really ready to join? And do you think they meet all the requirements? And I say, I think there's countries in the EU today that perhaps don't meet all of the requirements, you know? And I think it's a matter of, you have the carrot and the stick, you have to encourage, and it's easier to make some of these reforms and to meet those criteria once you're together, and to do it in a more gradual approach. I see it as a mixture of merit-based, of intention, of political will, but also the wider geopolitical context as well. Is that fair, do you think?
I fully agree on that idea that, of course, we have to be very demanding in terms of a merit-based approach. And why? Because it's not only about technicalities. Sometimes it is presented, it is seen as strange technicalities, but that's not about technicalities, it's about the rule of law.
Yes.
It's about the integrity of the single market. When Albania and the other Western Balkan countries, when you are part of the single market, it means that we have to make sure in terms of business security, business certainties, in terms of fight against discrimination, we have to make sure that the independence of justice, that the rule of law is something that's serious, because that's not only about Albania anymore. It will be about the EU
Yes.
as a whole. And that's what is at stake. That's my first point. But there's a certain point. Of course, there are those progress and that's needed, but that's not enough. That's more than that. There is a geopolitical choice.
Yes.
And if we are honest, we have to recognize that in the past, when we made decisions for the previous waves of enlargement, there were also debates on the technicalities. But if we are honest, we have to recognize at the end, that's a political decision. Yes. Do we think that we are safer and more prosperous with the Western Balkan countries within the EU, or do we think that we need again and again to add some requests, some conditions, and to waste time or to procrastinate? I have a clear opinion, and it's not new, and I've not waited for the war launched by Russia against Ukraine for many years. I'm absolutely convinced that the future of our children, my children, will be safer, will be better with the Western Balkan countries, within the EU, if we share a common legal space, a common space of common values. I feel that it will provide more stability and more security in the future.